Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the CEGS table. A little bit different schedule as always because we're doing two episodes in the last 3 days because things are getting tight. And I got a very special guest joining me today. He is the number one source for all New York Mets on Instagram, Mets Batflip. How are you doing tonight?
Good, man. Thanks for having me, dude. I'm excited to be here, and I can't wait to talk Mets.
I don't think anybody else would want to hear us talk Mets but Mets fans. And for them, y'all can go to hell because we're spending money and y'all are jealous. So our first topic of the night is we're just gonna round this up completely. What are your thoughts on our offseason, man? Because I am loving this.
Man, wow. Honestly, bro, Steve Cohen, let's just start with him first. He's done such a good job. I mean, this team is getting better and better and better. And I personally think they have a top two team in baseball now, may not even be top number two. So I think this team is getting better. I love what they're doing with the bullpen. Their offense is just improving. And man, looking at this team right now, you have the batting title champ, Jeff McNeil, batting sixth in your lineup, which is pretty remarkable. And if you have that, I mean, the Mets are a good team. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this team has a over 110, 111 wins, and I think they're right around there. So it's going to be exciting, and us Mets fans got a lot to look forward to.
I completely agree with you because let's be honest, we've been suffering for far too long with the coupon codes and the
Oh, I agree.
choking Braves and the Phillies now getting involved. This just
Yeah,
feels right.
it does.
So,
Yeah.
what move has shocked you the most in the Mets offseason? Not concluding Carlos Correa, because I think that would have been your answer. Not counting Correa.
Actually, honestly, to me, that, and, it may have not been my answer, but, honestly, to me, I'm going to go Brand Nimmo because I didn't think, well, I'll go two. I'll go Nimmo and Ottavino. Nimmo, I didn't see the Mets bringing back Nimmo only because I thought he was going to wind up in Colorado because that's what I thought was the best for him. I thought he belonged there. And, honestly, I just didn't see the Mets giving him just a big contract. And look, I'm so happy we got it done. I was shocked, but 8 years, he's going to end his career with the Mets, 162 million. That was just such a good deal. And man, I could not be more happy for Brandon. I love the guy he is, and I'm so excited. And then Ottavino, I thought he would not be back out there. I thought he would go somewhere else because he's seeking more, but Mets brought him back, and this bullpen is good, man. And depends if we get Hendricks. I think we're the best bullpen in baseball, so I'm excited.
I agree. Now, I've heard a lot of Yankee fans, the ignorant masses of baseball, think that their rotation is better than ours. What's your take on
No,
that?
honestly, dude, it's close. It's very close. To me, I think the Mets not going to be biased. Yeah, I do think it's the Mets. However, the Yankees' rotation is good. I mean, you do have Cole, you got Severino, you got Montas, you got Rodon, you got Cortez. I mean, they're both very good. But like you said, the Mets, you got Scherzer, you got Verlander, you got Kodai, you got Quintana, you have Miguel/Peterson, you got who am I missing? I'm missing one of the guys. I'm missing Carrasco too. I mean, this rotation is good, and I think it's the Mets, but it's close. It's close. But these rotations are New York runs the starting pitching rotations right now.
I agree with this comment, Kata. Rotation does depend on Kodai Senga because everybody is like overhyping Senga like crazy. Like, yeah, I get he hasn't played a game yet, but still, the dude
He's
is
insane.
he's compared to you, Darvish.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Even
and,
Shohei. People are even comparing him to Shohei, and I think that's crazy.
and we know all about you, Darvish, as Met fans. That man
Oh
does not
man.
let us buy a freaking hit off of him.
Oh man.
Let's go
Oh
right
man.
there. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is I think it's time that we finally show some respect to the man who got us here, Stephen A. Cohen. What he has done with this team in 2 years is incredible.
It is. It
What
is
is your take?
incredible. I mean, yeah. Honestly, man, I think that what you look at it as, he came in saying, in the next 5 years, I will bring a championship to New York, and I think that we are extremely close to that. It's year three. I think the Mets are right there. I think maybe another piece would be awesome, but I think the Mets are literally right there to getting that championship. And it's going to take work. It's going to be hard because look at the Phillies. Look what they did in the postseason compared to the regular season. So we just don't know. But I think Steve. I mean, Steve is a special guy. I mean, honestly, what he's done is just he wants to win. He's just so out there for the fans, and I love him on social media. He's so funny, he likes to troll a lot in a good way. But man, him and Alex do such a great job, and I could not be more happy to be a Mets fan with these two people leading the team. And man, what a time to be a Mets fan! Literally, just what a time to be a Mets fan.
I don't think we've ever been this happy since 2015. And I don't think we were this happy in 2015.
15/16. 16, we were a playoff team, but yes, and the Lindor thing, which was awesome. But yeah, I gotta agree with you on that. Definitely,
It
man.
was awesome.
Definitely.
Okay. This guy, Mike Evans, asks us, what is the Mets' weakness if they have one? Now, that's a good question. I'm going to stick with it because we technically still haven't signed one yet. It's the DH spot. I don't think Vogelback's a legitimate designated hitter. I consider him more of a bench bat. I still want us to go out and get a DH. Like JD Martinez was there for the taking. We didn't really get him, but honestly, it is what it is at the end of the day. So,
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, honestly, for me, I'm honestly gonna disagree on that. I'm gonna go with the catching position because yes, we have the number one prospect in baseball, but I don't think he's ready. I do not think the Mets should have brought him up at all. And to be honest, I was a little bit upset when the Mets brought him up because I didn't think he was ready at all. But you know, to be honest with you, I just think the catching. I just think the catching is an issue because look, Nito, he's a solid backup, but Narvaez we don't know, and we all know about McCann. But I just think the catching is an issue, and that's the only. And obviously, it's going to be hard to see what the Mets do with the catching position because there's not many guys that they can get right now. But if that's the one weakness, I got to go with the catching position. Maybe the DH too, but I think catching for me.
yeah, I think that Omar Narvaez is going to be a very solid asset. And I think that's going to just lead the doors to say, James McCann, you're absolutely pitiful. You're a terrible catcher. Get off of this team. We're shedding your $40 million contract.
There's a lot of negatives, though, too.
Yeah,
though, so
that's true. Yeah. Now, a lot of people ask me this, and because do you worry about the Mets history choking? Yeah, like history is eventually going to repeat itself. It's going to happen at some point, whether that's June, July, or September. But honestly, I think this is the year that they break it. I genuinely do. I think this is going to be the year we finally get over the hump.
It's not. Yeah, it's not even just that too. I think what we realized last year is that the Mets winning to the Pirates series, the Cubs series, National series, thinking it was easy, and then you come out and you see them get swept by the Cubs. They lost 2 or 3 to the Pirates. They got swept by the Nationals. They lost 2 to 3 to the Nats again. The Mets went in thinking this was easy, and in the MLB, nothing is easy because the bad teams will always find a way to beat you if you go in like that. So I think that was something important, but. The Mets could have won the division easily, and honestly, I thought it was a little bit of an embarrassment being a wild card first round exit. So, I mean, honestly, it happened, man. But look, this team is much better than last year, and this rotation has improved, the bullpen has improved, and this offense is a top offense of baseball. So, I'm really excited.
That's a very fair statement. What I'm a little bit worried about is those damn Philadelphia Phillies are making me a little bit worried. I'm not going to lie to you.
They're good. They're good. You know, honestly, I think the Mets lineup is better, but look at it. Yes, the Phillies got Schwarber, they got Realmuto, they have Hoskins, they got Stott, they have Harper, they have Castellanos, they have Turner, they have a lot of guys. Boom. They got a lot of guys there that can hurt you. I think the Mets team is a little better right now compared to the pitching and maybe bullpen. However, the Phillies are going to be a good team to beat too. I think the Mets and Phillies will battle for either second or first because, well, I wouldn't say second or first because you got the Braves there too, but it's going to be close, man. And like we saw last year, a 16 game lead in the NL East is never going to be assured. So we have to see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, as long as Atlanta exists, no one is safe. Let's tell the truth here. Now, another piece of the offseason that I feel like we need to talk about, we mentioned him earlier, but I feel like it's time to go for a little bit of a deep dive on him, is our boy, Mr. Ghost Forkball himself, Kodai freaking Senga. What's your take on this guy? Because I've heard a lot about him, but I want to know from the horse's mouth. Yeah. So take your shot.
Of course, man. I think this is what I think. Really, I think, and I'm going to be on this one. I think Kodai goes for a 2-point-something year rate this year. I think I could see him going to the 2.7s, and you know, I say that so exactly because this dude is a beast. I compare him to Shohei. If Billy can bring in Epler if Epler can bring in Shohei like this, I think Epler can turn Senga into him too. And honestly, this guy's nasty. He's got so many weapons for everything we know. He's dangerous, man. I mean, honestly, I think he's going to be really, really good. And the number 3 starter, that's crazy, man. So he's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like Kodai is going to be he's going to be that type of guy. Like, let's tell the truth. Like, definitely. I'm really excited for Kodai Senga, as should most fans be. But about we're not even talking about how much we got him for. $15 million a year. That's incredible.
He wants to go to a winning team. he wanted to go to a winning team, and I knew right off the bat, and I heard he was not going to go to the Cubs or the Red Sox because there is one team that obviously wants to win, and that is the New York Mets. So I thought he made a great decision. And, honestly, like you said, it's cheap, man. And he's good. I think he's going to be really good. It's going to be an adjustment from Japan, but I think he's going to be very good.
Yeah, I consider this like our all-in push this year. Like,
I agree. I agree.
This is our all-in push. We all thought last year was our all-in push. I genuinely think it's this year.
Yeah. This year, looking at it, look, we literally added Robertson, we brought Noah back, we brought Ottavino back, and now you add Correa, you add Quintana, you add Senga. I mean, man, this team looks good. Narvaez, this team looks really good in my opinion. It's a scary team.
We didn't even get to the main piece yet. There is something that I've been hearing about a lot, and they're saying that whenever the Mets are going to lose to DeGrom, it was all going to go downhill. But I genuinely think we got Verlander for DeGrom straight up.
He wants to come back to DeGrom. You know it. Yeah. Sorry, interrupted, but you know that DeGrom wants to come back, man. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with everyone on here. I am 100% happy DeGrom is gone, and he was our franchise for the last few seasons. I understand that.
He want to play here.
What's the point of having him for 6 games in a season? And honestly, I never liked DeGrom. And that may sound ridiculous. As ridiculous as that may sound, and I've heard it all, I never liked Jacob DeGrom. And you know why I say that? I say that because look at what we have now. If we had DeGrom still, that takes us out of Verlander. Who knows if we could have had that to spend on Correa? Who knows what we could have got? And he was never healthy, and he didn't want to stay here. Like you said, he does not want to win, and he was just not a good guy in the clubhouse. And people have expressed their frustration with him, and I think that's very interesting. And a lot of people can agree with me on this one. He wasn't, like we said, he wasn't healthy. What's the point of having this guy for 5 games a season when he wasn't even that great for us this season, man? So I wish him the best in Texas, but man, I mean, I'm happy he's gone. So yeah.
Yeah, I can understand.
It's a bold take. It's a bold take. I understand if you disagree.
It's definitely a bold take. Because let's be honest, DeGrom's winning the Cy Young his first season in Texas with our Mets.
And he's a Mets Hall of Famer. But 100%. My take, so no one kill me for that one, but just a bold take.
Yeah, I've always been a Jacob DeGrom defender, but when I saw why he wanted to leave New York, it's completely understandable. I mean, living here,
he could have taken this deal, and he could have taken this deal. I mean, that's what's annoying. And what pisses me off even more, dude, is how he thought that the Rangers are a World Series team when they're going to win like 60 games, which just pisses me off the most. But
that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Now, that was funny, and he could have taken this deal.
I saw this picture. I gotta pull it up real quick. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen because once again, it was the New York Yankees thinking that they were all that because they made a couple of signings, whoop-de-doo, but then they got back to reality.
Take away Judge. Yeah. Yankees are take away Judge. Yankees. If you take away and taking away Aaron Judge from the Yankees, I think they're a 70-win team, man. I really do. I honestly do. I mean,
don't say that too loud. Okay, we got a lot of our people here are Yankee fans, so
I'm sorry for that, Yankees fans. But I mean, the dude literally carried you. He hard carried you guys last year. I mean, look what he did. He is one of the best players in baseball, probably the best. But I mean, come on, he take him away. That team really is just.
Yeah, I sort of agree. Now that's actually an interesting take. It's crazy that you couldn't hold on to your own pictures, invest interesting the direction Uncle Steve. Yeah, like my uncle, I actually have an Uncle Steve, believe it or not.
Well, there you go.
And I'm probably gonna get him on here eventually because he's a very, very smart Mets man. He knows what he's talking about. He told me and my father, because we're all big Met fans in my family. I'm the biggest one though.
Same.
If Cohen did not get DeGrom, he was gonna lose his mind, and that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah,
he's gone ballistic.
And I hope DeGrom honestly is regretting his decision because what the Mets are doing is pretty remarkable. So I mean,
exactly. Hey, quick question: do you know that one kid the Mets did the whole Make-A-Wish thing for, Jet Diaz?
Yes.
Yeah, he passed away last week, a few days ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's sad. I heard about that. Yeah, it's sad, man. R.I.P. him and his family.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that kid very well. So seeing him pass,
yeah. How old was he? How old was he?
He was 15.
Oh, it's sad, man. It's sad. Are you in 10th grade or are you in Are you a
I'm a
junior?
sophomore.
Or?
I'm a sophomore.
So, okay,
Oh,
no,
here's
yeah, okay. I'm a junior. Yeah, I'm a junior. I'm a junior. So I was wondering.
well, I finally found the picture. I saw this in the New York Post, and I was
Yeah, it's sad.
fine when I saw this.
It's
Look
so
at this
sad,
phone.
but
Hold on, it's not loading up. There it is, right there.
yeah. Oh yeah. It's sad, man. It's sad. Yeah.
That's hysterical because 3 out of these 4 guys.
That was funny. I saw it. That was
hilarious.
funny. I was dying in that today.
I looked at that picture when we got Correa, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm not sure if you were aware. My birthday was yesterday, and I had the Mets.
Oh, happy late birthday, dude!
Thank you, I appreciate it. I wanted the Mets to do one thing, and that was do something crazy. When I saw, because I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, I went to sleep at midnight. When I saw the Carlos Correa stuff, shout out to my boy G9 Mets Report. I'll be getting him on here eventually. When I saw his tweet at 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm like, there's no shot this is real and all. But then I looked at John Heyman and Jeff Passan, and I'm like, holy, we just got Carlos Correa. And I was trying not to wake up my whole house because I was the only one awake. And I'm like, oh my God.
I found out at 3 a.m. right before I was about to go to bed.
Really?
It's crazy. I was doing some schoolwork, man, and just studying for something. And honestly, I get the thing, and I'm like, no, this is fake. And then right before I go to bed, I'm like, oh, okay, wait, it's not fake because people are reporting. And I'm like, wow. I mean, honestly, it's huge. And I know we haven't talked about this yet, but I got a tweet saying that the Mets may be working a deal with Liam Hendricks soon. So that could be exciting, just for anyone wondering. So,
yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. But my take on this Correa signing is it fills the one hole the Mets had. And
he's always wanted to be here.
Let's be honest here. All the Mets fans, oh my God, that looks crispy.
There's so many. I got so many images of him. I got so many guys that have made so many things for me. I can send you some after. I mean, man, it's sick. Honestly, he's always wanted to be here. And if you saw the articles today, how he threw Boris, it was so funny, man. And I'm so happy Carlos is here, and he's finally back where he belongs. I think he belongs here. And honestly, him and Lindor, man, are gonna be good together. The whole infield's good.
I really love our corner of the outfield.
Poor Beatty, though. I do feel bad for Beatty though, because he was the future third baseman.
Brett is gonna get his chance. He'll be a bench bat.
Oh, he will. Yeah, he will. That's crazy that he's a bench bat, and you have Escobar. We'll see. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of things. So
what I'm hearing is they're gonna trade McCann and who's the other Vientos for Hendricks. I'm doing that trade 100%.
And Eloy Jimenez too.
Wait, we're getting Jimenez too?
That's what the Mets want. That's what the White Sox are willing to give up. It's crazy, man. Steve likes to really influence the other sides a lot, but he's gonna get. It's gonna be probably McCann and probably Ruff and Vientos.
That would be awesome. I want nothing more than Darren Ruff off this team. One so frank that Frank can shut up about him for once.
Oh, for real, man. For real, dude.
No, seriously though. If Frank, if you're watching this,
I've met Frank the Tank before. He's awesome, man. He's awesome. Awesome dude.
I'd love to get Frank. If Frank ever comes on the show, I will let you know. We'll interview him together.
Oh, anyway, he's awesome, man.
And I'm not even gonna visually show it because it would look really bad, but Mets fans got down on their knees and started begging for a bat. It was between Martinez. It was possibly Rafi.
I did not want Martinez. I know.
I know. I didn't want him either. I want to.
He's old and he's washed.
I want to Conforto badly. He's still my favorite man.
And Tacoma. You saw Tacoma tweet how it's unlikely they bring him back. But,
it was unlikely the Mets got Correa. So.
Yeah, but yes. I do love Mike, and I'm one of those guys who gets clowned for a lot, but I do love Conforto, and I really did want him back. And if there's any way we can, I would love to have him back, but it just seems very unlikely. And it seems like he's going to go to the Marlins, Rangers, or the Cubs. So
as long as he's out of the division, I don't care where he goes. I honestly,
I don't care because the Marlins, I don't care about because the Marlins and Nats, I couldn't really care less about.
The Marlins if history repeats itself, the Marlins are going to the World Series. If history repeats itself.
Yes, and I gotta say, man, I know this is Mets here, but the Marlins are a team that I think can be very special in a few years because of their pitching. And they're a young team; they can hit, but when they get hitters, I think this team is gonna be very special. And another team the Mets gotta watch out for in a few years. So, and the Marlins always give the Mets trouble.
Yeah, I heard a couple reports that Judge might have went to the Marlins, is what I was hearing. That they were the third team.
I don't think it's interesting, man. It's interesting. I haven't heard that one much, but
yeah. Let's be honest here. I want to, on behalf of all New York baseball fans, we want to wish the San Francisco Giants fan base the absolute best. We are.
Yeah, I got a lot of texts from
what
those
you have
fans
gone
this morning.
through this offseason.
Now I know how we feel. Now I know how we felt with the Wilpons. So there you go. You feel the pain.
Yeah, welcome to the club, Giants.
Yeah. And honestly, one more point adding on to what I said before is that the Nationals and Marlins, they always give the Mets a hard time. Like, for a fact, it's never easy when the Mets play these teams because I think the Marlins took the season series from the Mets, I believe, this year and the last few years. So
there's no way
it's always going to be a dog.
We were beating up on the Marlins this year.
We were beating up on not this year. I'm thinking of one of the last few years because the Marlins just
2021. That was the year we had Khalil Lee.
Did the Marlins make the playoffs that year? No, that was 2020.
No, that was 2020. That was the year we had Khalil Lee, Janeshwi Fargas, Travis Blankenhorn. God knows who was catching.
It was bad.
So that's my question. This is something that I thought of earlier this morning, and I have to ask you this: Who do you trade, Nito or James McCann? Who are we sending out? Because I've been a Nito defender my whole life, and I'm going to stick with it. James McCann, get out. You don't deserve to be here. We're paying you $40 million. You're a hit to the payroll. Nito is dirt cheap. We want Nito.
I think it's an obvious answer. However, if you want more back, you're going to trade Nito. However, it's a different case right now with the White Sox because they want him back. They want McCann back, but it's pretty obvious. I mean, I think that's not really a question. I think it is obviously going to be keep Nito because Nito deserves to stay on this team. He is a solid backup. He's not a starter. And he will split time with Narvaez because Narvaez has only played a max of 132 in his career, and I doubt he plays that much this year. So we'll see, man. But they got to move McCann.
My question is, why do the White Sox want McCann if they already have Yasmani Grandal as a top 5 catcher in all baseball? Genuinely.
What were his stats? Stats were Terry was terrible last year. I know he was not great last year.
Well, that's true. Grandal had a down year for sure.
They want Vientos. They really want Vientos, and they might want Alex Ramirez.
If we can get them to trade us Tim, well, I was gonna say take Tim Anderson, but we do not need to. No more infield, please.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't care, but I mean that's so it's so unrealistic to the point where yeah.
The next thing that I feel like we need to talk about is do the New York Mets. We talk about their rotation. There is no way we do not have the best infield in baseball.
Oh, they do. Not even close. It's not even close. It's really not even close. You could say the Cubs, but no, it's really not even close, man, in my opinion.
Yeah. Another player that I feel like we have to touch on is the dilemma is now with all these guys getting all these major contracts, we got to talk about one of the guys that got us to this point, the polar bear himself. Do we pay him or do we not pay him? What do we do here?
All right, take out the not pay part. Obvious answer, man. Yes, the Mets are paying Mets are paying Pete Alonso. The Mets will be paying Jeff McNeil. So do not worry if you're a Mets fan, because it's just so unrealistic to not pay these guys who not going to carry the team because not anymore. Yes, and you can't even think about it in that way because he's not going anywhere. Like, come on, it's like saying Judge to the Red Sox. Come on, he's coming back.
God forbid. I mean, I wouldn't mind to see Judge in a Red Sox jersey, but
I love Bo. I'm interested. Talking about Judge very quickly. I'm a big Aaron Judge guy. Great guy. What he said today about Trey was just awesome.
It was. Aaron Judge is starting to gain my respect a lot.
He always has. Great guy.
I will not lie. I never liked Aaron Judge, but I respect him as a player.
I mean, he doesn't hurt us, and I don't hate the Yankees as much as we hate the Braves and Phillies.
Oh, I hate the Yankees. Wait, you live in New York, right?
I live in New Jersey. I'm Livingston.
Okay, that's why, because the Jersey Yankee fans are – so here in levels of annoyingness, here are the Jersey Yankee fans. Here are the New York Yankee fans.
27 World Series, and yet half of them haven't been alive for that. So, I mean –
they've won 26.
We were there more recently.
Exactly. Oh. Everybody wants to talk about who runs New York. Recency.
Mets are better last year. Mets are better last year in the regular season. So
let's tell the truth, though. The Mets fan base might be one of the most underrated fan bases in baseball. The way they travel, the way they've been selling out.
That way, yes. In that way, yes. Yes, that is true because the Mets, and I will be going to the third game of the season in Miami. I got a surprise Hanukkah gift, so that was nice.
Wait, you say Hanukkah gift?
Oh, yeah.
Happy Hanukkah, buddy.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, bro.
We got two
Yep.
Jewish Met fans together. You love to see
there we
it.
go. Happy
You love
month.
to
Yes,
see
sir,
it. Here
man.
we go. All right,
Yeah,
yes.
yes, sir. Steve Cohen's happy too.
I'm
I will
most
be
likely
there.
going to the opener.
Yes.
So
I
that's me.
definitely. Yeah, I will be there. I will be at the home. I have season tickets. We go every year. I will be at the home opener. I will be at opening week in Miami for the third game. I will see Kodai pitch. The Mets fans travel well, and honestly, when you said the fan base, I'm gonna say it's underrated in that way. However, when it comes to social media and when a player does bad, I say we're the worst in the league.
I agree.
And if you know what I'm
100%.
talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Rumors are through the roof with this team.
Go end yourself. Go. I'm not gonna say it, but jump off someone or just it's bad. It's horrible. And the funny thing is, the worst guys like McCann would absolutely destroy any of these guys who are talking crap to them. So
exactly, like
yeah.
these guys.
And honestly, McCann started it all. I mean, I feel for the guy. I mean, look, he's working hard every single day. He just can't hit the baseball. He's great defensively. He went on a little bit of a hot streak at times last year, but I feel for him, and the Mets do have to move him. But once again, it's not really right for me to just go clown someone when this dude's been working hard his whole life and is an MLB player, because the MLB players, as they say, the worst guys are the best guys in some scenarios. So he's a great guy to have around.
I will give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. One thing that I feel like we do have to touch on, though, did the Mets have the worst trade deadline of all time? Because I genuinely think this was the worst trade deadline we've ever
had. Prospects were very prospects being dealt was a very hesitant thing for the Mets. The Mets are very hesitant to get rid of them, and I don't say that because
we learned our lesson from 2021.
Pete Armstrong won minor league batter of the year, and Baez we had for half a season. Baez was terrible this year, but honestly, the Mets don't want to lose.
Who was worse, Baez or Ruff? Ruff. Dude had one hit, I think, in his whole Met year. Darren Ruff.
Yeah, and honestly, like even my dog agrees. Like I asked him the worst player, he obviously says Ruff. So I mean, Ruff is bad. He had like one hit with the Mets, man. So yeah. Oh wait, if you want to go back to that Mets lineup sucks comment, because I can I can talk really funny about. Okay, all right. So basically,
you're a funny Philly fan, buddy.
Phillies.
You're a funny guy.
Phillies fans are pretty disgusting, to be honest with you. Who wants to raise their family in Philadelphia, man? I mean, come on, bro. Besides this cheesesteaks, man, I mean, come on. There's nothing good about Philly.
Cheesesteaks,
Rocky, come on. No.
Meek Mill, and water ice. That's the only good stuff to come out. Oh, and
tell me who wants to go to Philadelphia. Like
U.S. historians want to go to Philadelphia.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, this is actually a funny comment. Yeah, Fred the Tank absolutely loves Darren Ruff. Bro.
Yeah. Easy out, Escobar. So funny when he says that stuff. It's so funny.
Exactly. We got like a couple minutes left. So I feel like we should end off on one more topic. And I feel like this is something that we need to do. We're both obviously diehard Mets fans, correct?
Oh, man. Yes, sir. Yes.
Out of all, because I know you're a big Celtics fan and I know you're a big Giants fan, would you say the Mets out of all your teams are your favorite? Because for me, that's 100% yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, Mets definitely. Yes. So you tell them I have that. Honestly, the Mets are just a team that, especially, I'll come home from sleepaway camp in 2017. They're like 50 games out of first place, but I'll watch every single game when they're down 18-0 in the second inning. Like, I don't care. I love this team, man, with a passion. This is something that I love to talk about. I love to obviously represent in my social media page too. And it's fun meeting all you guys. And honestly, I've met so many awesome people on this app, good and bad. And it's so much fun meeting everyone. The experience is amazing. And, this team, man, they're special. These Mets, man, they're a good team.
Man, these Philly fans are being funny right now.
Cohen's gonna buy the Phillies. That's what he should do.
Cohen is gonna buy. I think his net worth is more than the Phillies.
He's gonna release everyone.
Oh my God, imagine. All right, so the final topic of the night, which we need to discuss because obviously we're huge Met fans. What would you do for a Mets World Series?
Oh man, honestly, I would honestly have. Tough question. Honestly, for a Mets World Series, that's tough, man. I I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I put my hand in fire like 10,000 times. Like, I couldn't even tell you. Like, it's,
I would be fine if the Rams went on a 10-year sucking period.
yeah. That's fair.
Yes.
It's so hard. It's so hard. But I would do anything for a Metro Series.
Let's tell the truth there. All right. So overall, what do you rate this Mets offseason? I give it an A++, 100%. This is the greatest offseason I've ever seen.
Honestly, man, I give it an F. No, I'm just kidding. No. Come on, no. Give me an A+, man. A+, man. I think this team is right there. This team is special, man. This team is the best. I'm gonna say it right now. I think the Mets are the best team in baseball. I do. I mean, I say that. I say that with a strong heart. I think the Mets are the best team in baseball. I think no one's going to beat them. And I do think that. I think that with the rotation, the best rotation in baseball. I think that look at the best infield in baseball. I think the bullpen is a top 3 bullpen. They have one of the best managers in baseball, and they have a great coaching staff. And I think that with the farm, I think that they're going to produce a ton. And I think this Mets team is a team to beat, man.
Let's not forget Francisco Lindor's daughter absolutely loves Buck Showalter.
Oh my God, that was so cute.
She's so cute. See, that's one thing I like, regardless of Julius Randle's kid. That kid annoys me a lot.
I hear you.
Being a Knicks fan. How are your Celtics doing?
Yeah, well, we're down 27.5 right now to the Pacers. We've lost 2 straight to the Magic. So it's
what?
Yeah, we're down 70-41 at halftime. Look at this.
Damn. We're losing by 12 to the Raptors. That's not good.
Look at this right now. Look at this. Look at my phone.
Look at my phone. Losing the Raptors.
You guys have won 8 straight though. So I mean,
we'll probably come. We'll probably come. Knowing the Knicks, we're probably gonna come back. Knicks are.
Yeah. This is bad. I mean, this is.
Yeah, I think this is right now the best time to be a New York sports fan. 100%.
Oh. Definitely.
All 3 NFL teams can make the playoffs. The Mets and Yankees can be the
Let's
top
go
2
Giants, baby.
Yeah, good for you. I'm not going to talk about football because my whole team is hurt. The Knicks and Nets are 2 of the top 5 teams in basketball. The Rangers and Islanders are on fire.
You're a Jets fan?
No. You're not sure if you could tell by when I said my whole team is injured. You know, I said I'd want the Rams to go on a 10-year sucking period just to win.
Oh, God.
They're already going through it. Okay,
well, be happy your team won a Super Bowl last year.
I'm very grateful. Yeah. Do you think that Cohen's, before we head off, do you think Cohen is going to reach $1 billion this offseason?
Yes.
I think there's a chance.
Yes, I've been told yes, and I've been everything.
Who's our last big hitter?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to be as big as you think it is, but I think it's going to cost more than what people think it's going to be. I think it's just going to be another hitter.
It's going to be luxury tax fees. Let's be honest.
Well, we'll see, man. But I think the Mets definitely reach that, man. Definitely.
That's actually, you know what? This is something I thought of. Do you think the Mets are going to pursue Ohtani? Genuinely think they will.
Yes, they have the pieces. I think they end up with him at the deadline. I do.
Let's pray. Let's pray to the holiest of gods.
Yes, sir.
Well, Batflip, thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's been fun.
Thank
I want
you,
to wish
JJ.
everybody who's watching a very happy holidays. We will be back probably the Thursday after Christmas, so right before New Year's. But, yeah, thank you so much for coming on. And as always, let's go Mets. God bless. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Anytime.